What is going on, everybody? So this video is gonna be a little bit different. It's more of a concept video. It's more of an argument that I'm gonna try to be making, and you guys are free to disagree with me. There's no problem with that. Do let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. But today I kind of wanted to talk a little bit about fountain pens and kind of a taste of mine that's developed and why it's developed, you know, and why I really like just kind of appreciate this overall, I guess you could say, philosophy behind the fountain pens. And in order to do this, I'm going to be using two different fountain pens. And, you know, I have a couple of nice gold nibs that actually did fit the requirement, but I don't know. I kind of wanted to focus and center in a little more on like steel nibs, and just because I felt like they wouldn't really distract, honestly, you know. So, and yeah, and so in order to do that, I wanted to show you guys a couple of my steel nibs, or two of my most used fountain pens, and that is the Lamy Safari and the Pilot Explorer. You know, now both of these are black. You know, they're both very, very cool. I just got this a few days ago, and I've been loving it. It's in a European broad. This is in a little more of a finer point, but it is a Japanese medium. So, you know, still, it's not like mega scratchy or anything. It's so smooth and a little more feedback compared to this guy. But honestly, it suits all the purposes that I need it to, and I love it to death. And I currently have a Con 70 cartridge in it. For my Safari, I still just have its ink cartridge. I've been considering using the syringe method. I thought it would be kind of cost effective, but as it turns out, on Amazon, the syringes, which for the for those of you who don't know, all that needs to happen is, you know, you run out of the ink on here, you clean out this entire cartridge, and then you use a syringe, get some ink, put it in the cartridge, snap it in, you're ready to write again. And some people say that is cost effective and stuff. I think it probably is, but in all honesty, the converter is only like $6, and so I'm kind of just thinking about grabbing that because all the syringes I see, it's like $13 for 5, or, you know, this much for that one, and I'm like, okay, none of this is like below $6, so that doesn't make sense to me. Anyway, but the reason that I have chosen both of these pens, I'm going to center them a little more, is because they have the great quality of being a lightweight fountain pen. And you see, for me, I really like this. And the reason why I like that is because your hand is gonna get, it's not going to fatigue as quickly, you know? And like usually, especially, and this is especially true on a roller ball, usually I want a heavier pen, you know? I want something that's going to kind of force the ink down and get it going and all this. But honestly, fountain pens have such a great flow already. You know, the feed just works its magic and like drags down the ink anyway, that I kind of feel like adding on extra weight to it, I feel like it's just, there's just not really a point necessarily. Like, especially when it comes to note taking or long periods of writing. Now, that's not to say that I dislike my heavier fountain pens, because the truth is, for other things, I really prefer this Parker IM. This is one of my all-time favorites. It has my signature ink in it. If I were to, you know, ever sign a contract or, you know, write a letter, this is the pen I would use, and this is the ink color that I would also use. Unless it was a bereavement letter, then I would probably use Noodler's Eel Black, which is going to be on the way very soon. But anyway, yeah, maybe a future review on that. Let me know what you think. But like this right here, as much as I love it, when I post it, it does get a little more back heavy. It's not the end of the world, but it is just a little bit back heavy. And, you know, I like to do this. It's nice, it's fun, it's good, but I just, for long writing periods, I know that this just isn't the right option. Like, it's not going to be the end of the world if this is all I can write with. But, you know, I know that at some point I'm just going to take it off so I can write like this, and then I'm going to put this down somewhere, and heaven forbid if I lose it. That'd be super sad. Usually though, I just clip it. I just clip it right into like my jacket pocket or my jean pocket or something. Then when I'm ready to go like that, clip it back in, and we're good to go. The thing is though, the Safari and the Explorer both mitigate that problem. You know, the Explorer is made from this kind of like acrylic plastic, which is already super lightweight. Like right here, there's just no back heaviness. Like I really just don't feel that much of a weight difference. You know, like the Explorer is a very light fountain pen. And originally, I originally was making a video called the Pilot Explorer versus the Pilot Metropolitan. And in all honesty, I didn't like the way that it turned out. I felt like I was a bit of a broken record. And essentially what the crux of my argument was this. It was, if you only could have one fountain pen, you should probably go for something a little more durable, like, you know, a Parker IM, or in the case of that video, a Pilot Metropolitan. But if you have a collection of fountain pens, and you know, if you're just looking for something to daily carry, these right here, these guys, you know, like this guy is a really nice like acrylic plastic, and then this guy, I believe he has what's called an ABD plastic, which is actually the same thing that's used with keyboards and Legos, which makes them just incredibly like durable and stuff, you know. And again, I don't feel any weight from this, and I don't feel any weight from this one either. Now, one thing that I will say, wait, hang on. I'm trying to see which one is lighter. I'd probably give it to the Pilot Explorer. I could be wrong though, totally, completely, you know. But no, actually, I think that the Safari might be a little bit lighter. But anyway, that's kind of besides the point. The point is, they're both really good options, and I think if you collect fountain pens like me, and if you're just looking for something that's like EDC, you know, something kind of cheap, if you lost it, it'd be sad, but you know, it wouldn't be the same as losing something like this, or like something else that's like more expensive. Like, I really think that these are just great options. You know, like your hands are gonna last a much longer time. And as a college student, as somebody who's constantly note-taking and constantly just going back, revising, editing, like I have to use a pen for a long, like the vast majority of my day, it's just writing, you know. And I'll tell you, when that's all I'm doing, the weight to the pen really makes a difference. And that's why I really think people shouldn't underestimate pens like these. You know, if you're going for just a nice broad, just splatter, just gush all of that ink out there on the page, this Lamy Safari is the way to go. It's lightweight, it's durable, it's great, it's awesome. If you're looking for a more refined feel, and if you also really want just like a mega, just like a ton of ink capacity, like this Pilot Explorer is also the way to go, you know, for sure. Like, it's definitely the way to go. You know, like there have been some days where, you know, I have just gone to the library at my uni, and this is all I'm using. It's this Pilot Explorer. You know, I have other backup pens in case, you know, the nib like magically breaks, or like something bad happens to it, especially when I had the Con B converter. I didn't know how much ink was in it, because that is an opaque refill. And so, you know, I would have backup ballpoints and backup gels and stuff that I absolutely love, right? But for the longest time, like this is what I would use, you know. And especially with the Con 70 converter, those days are only going to increase, you know. And so yeah, and so whereas this one is just, it's great for so many different reasons. I love the fact that the nib is just, you can just pop it off so easily. That's like so fun, you know. Yeah. And so, you know, I got a little gold nib. It's going to be coming on the way hopefully soon. I'm still debating it a little bit. I did kind of make that a little bit dirty though. Hang on, let me make sure the nib is good. Yeah, it's fine. I know I didn't damage it, but I was just making sure that it was like aligned and everything. But anyway, so look, at the risk of sounding like a broken record, let me just give my closing thoughts. I think that if you could only have one fountain pen, you're going to want to go for something a little more durable probably, you know. However, these are also plenty durable, and I honestly haven't seen a lot of research behind these guys ever breaking, so it could be that these really are the option. Really are the options, you know. And yeah, but if you like the weight to a fountain pen, then it's probably not for you. But, you know, if you have a fountain pen collection, I would just really recommend either one of these, like, for that collection, you know, because these are cheap, they're very, very good, they're very lightweight, they're not going to tire you out, and they're just refillable and awesome, and you can just carry them through the years, through the decades, and eventually, hopefully, pass them down. I like to think that you probably could, but I honestly, like, I haven't gotten that far yet. I haven't figured that out. But anyway, yeah. So this is just a quick little video that I wanted to make, talking about, you know, the different pens and like what they do and everything. And yeah. This is your boy Deska Pens, signing off. Bye bye.